All right, let's not play no games. I need full-on participation. I need you to get down in the comments and work with me. Who should not make this Team USA team? I'm going to give you my roster that I would keep. Let me know if you agree or not.
There is no diplomatic tap dancing or skirting the issue, just an honest, unvarnished assessment of who ought to be left off Team USA. And you know, it's not only the names that make this so fascinating, it's the statement's unwavering confidence. Because some of the most ingrained ideas about how USA basketball builds its dominant squads are completely challenged by the argument we're about to delve into. This has formally transcended the domain of mere fan conjecture or internet discourse.
The GOAT, Caitlin Clark, should be the starting point guard for Team USA. Duh, the best thing that ever did it. Caitlin Clark starting at point guard. Jackie Young should be starting at shooting guard. That is what I believe it should be. That should be the starting backcourt right there. We move on to the wing position. I got Kalia Copper starting at the 3.
The question of whether years of expertise and a distinguished past should inevitably triumph over dominant current performance is currently the subject of a valid high-level debate. And believe me when I say that you might be totally unprepared for the suggested response. Take a close look at that first 5 since it signifies a fundamental change in the program's philosophy. Caitlin Clark is the point guard. Jackie Young is outstanding at 2 guard, Kalia Copper is explosive at 3, Dara Hamby is flexible at 4, and Elia Boston is a formidable center.
I have Kelsey Plum coming off the bench. Obviously, Kelsey Plum should make this team. I think the backcourt is set between Caitlin Clark, Jackie Young, Paige Beckers, and Kelsey Plum. You got all you need at the guard spot. You really you really don't need no more guards after that, for real. You need wings and bigs. You don't really need no more guards after those 4.
What is conspicuously missing from that lineup? It's the tried and true USA basketball strategy of packing the roster with seasoned veterans and athletes with years of Olympic experience. This suggested lineup eschews the old playbook in favor of players who are now at the top of their game, who have a natural chemistry, and who, quite honestly, represent the program's clear future. Here's an explanation of why this discussion goes much beyond a fictitious roster-building exercise. USA basketball has valued continuity for decades.
I have at the 4-5 off the bench. This might surprise some of y'all. Y'all gonna see where I'm going. I got Cameron Brink. On my team. I don't know about y'all. I got Cameron Brink coming off the bench for this team. I have Rakia Jackson coming off the bench on the wing for this team. I also have Kiki Area Finn coming off the bench as a backup big on this team. We have one spot left. Between Angel Reese, Chelsea.
They gave preference to athletes who have participated in several Olympic cycles together, athletes who are well-versed in the system, and people who have diligently earned their spots via years of devoted international competition. A talent like Chelsea Gray was able to gain a berth on the Paris Olympics roster in 2024 because to that same strategy. Even though Caitlin Clark was in the midst of what many believe to be the most successful rookie season in WNBA history.
And being just a role player, which is what she should be. She's not a star go-to player. Rebound, and that's it. That's all. Rebound and play defense. That's all you got to do. That should be your role, but your team in the WNBA sucks so bad that you're trying to do more, and that's just not you. Angel Reese makes my final 12. So who didn't make my cut? It's a lot of y'all looking like, whoa. You got that right. Chelsea Gray didn't make my team. I'm over all these old people. Look, Chelsea Gray's done her thing. She shouldn't even been in the Olympics. Caitlin Clark rookie year. Caitlin Clark should have had that spot.
Numerous supporters and analysts cited the hard statistics in the ultimate decision to exclude Clark off that team, sparking a flurry of criticism. While Gray was still recovering from a serious injury, She was leading the league in both assists and three-point shooting. Only 4 guards.
Take a moment to consider that.
That completes the suggested backcourt rotation for the future. Kelsey Plum, Paige Bueckers, Jackie Young, and Caitlin Clark.
We got 4 of the top guards in the league. Every guard I named, in my opinion, is better than Chelsea Gray. Caitlin Clark is better than Chelsea Gray. Paige Bueckers is better than Chelsea Gray. Jackie Young is better than Chelsea Gray. Kelsey Plum is better than Chelsea Gray. We don't need Chelsea Gray on this team. No disrespect. You did your thing. You've had your fair share of Olympic runs. It's time for the new generation. Time for us to move on. Brittany Griner did not make this team. Brittany Griner, now you can always use that 6'9" size. I thought about.
And you know what? When you look closely, the case for this particular group is actually rather strong. Just looking at the facts, Clark led the Indiana Fever to the playoffs for the first time since 2016 by scoring an incredible 19.2 points and dishing out 8.4 assists per game as a rookie. Jackie Young was busy winning a title with the Las Vegas Aces and receiving major all-Wambo awards at the same time. As a legitimate Olympic gold medalist from the Paris Games, Kelsey Plum is already a proven commodity who understands what it takes to succeed on the largest platform in the world.
We got Hamby, we got Angel Reese, we got we got Kiki, we got some bigs, we got some size, we good. And Veronica Burton didn't make this team. No, love Veronica Burton, love her as a player, but this team is already stacked with guards, so Veronica Burton did not make the cut for my final roster. So I'm going to read you the final roster again. Caitlin Clark.
And then there's Paige Bueckers, whose time at UConn was cruelly cut short by injuries for the majority of it. She returned and showed everyone right away that she is still one of the most talented and explosive scorers in all of women's basketball. However, this is where the actual tension starts to increase. Chelsea Gray must be absolutely excluded in order to assemble that extraordinarily talented guard rotation. We are discussing Chelsea Gray, the Aces 2022 Finals MVP. A player who has been a pillar of American basketball for many years, with a reputation for clutch play and priceless playoff experience. On the other hand, the harsh counterargument is based on the realities of professional sports. Gray had to struggle with ongoing foot and leg ailments that hindered her throughout the season. She was scheduled to turn 32 in October of 2024. In actuality, she played in just 26 games throughout the 2024 WNBA season, averaging 10.3 points and 4.4 assists. These are undoubtedly good and acceptable numbers, but they are no longer the kind of superior lead guard output the team has grown accustomed to. This is the point at which the discussion becomes both genuinely fascinating and, to be honest, the most contentious. Cameron Brink is the suggested replacement for the renowned Brittany Griner. You can bet that this is the one choice that will spark the most intense discussion among both fans and experts. Let's be honest, after all. Brittany Griner is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, a towering 6 feet 9 inches force of nature, and unquestionably one of the most imposing defensive presences in women's basketball history. In 2024, she continued to post impressive stats, averaging 17.8 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. She has been Team USA's unwavering defensive anchor in several significant international competitions at the age of 30. However, Cameron Brink stands for something very different. She is the epitome of the future at barely 22 years old. In the 2024 WNBA draft, she was selected as the 2nd overall choice. She won a national championship while attending Stanford. She is the epitome of a contemporary, adaptable big who can stretch the floor with her shooting in addition to protecting the rim and switching out on perimeter guards. She unfortunately tore her ACL back in June 2024, which prevented her from playing the rest of her rookie season. This is the main issue, and it's a big one. Therefore, it is crucial to realize that this projection is not based on immediate short-term performance, but rather clearly looks ahead to future tournaments like the 2028 Olympics. Even though it's stated quite bluntly, the logic behind Angel Reese's final spot on this roster is actually fairly sound. Rhee averaged an amazing 13.6 points and 13.1 rebounds per game as a rookie, making him a monster on the glass. She also broke the WNBA record for the most straight double-doubles in the process. She is unquestionably a top rebounder who provides much-needed physical defense. Here's the secret, though. She should have a very restricted role on this team. She is not intended to be the offense's main focal point or a go-to scorer. It is her responsibility to enter the game, smash the boards, play fierce defense, and perform all the grunt labor necessary to win titles. In 2024, the Chicago Sky had a terrible season, and it became evident that Rhee's effectiveness significantly decreased when she attempted to play an offensive role that was outside of her comfort zone. She wouldn't be required to do much more than what she does best on a stacked Team USA with some of the world's top scorers. And that's exactly why she's such a great fit. Let's take a moment to discuss who is cut in this hypothetical situation and why it's such a big deal. We are discussing the exclusion of Veronica Burton, Brittany Gurria, and Chelsea Gray from the squad. Simply said, this isn't how American basketball usually works. They place a great deal of importance on what is known as institutional knowledge, a thorough comprehension of the particular FBA regulations, the increased physicality of the international game, and the altered tempo of play. That's precisely why a legend like Sue Bird continued to play until she was 41. Diana Taurasi was still on the Paris roster at 42 because of it. However, the competitive gap is actually narrowing quickly. Other nations such as Spain, Canada, France, and Australia are at an all-time high. The international competitions are becoming increasingly tough and intense. The days of Team USA winning every game by a margin of 30 points are officially ended. Therefore, it's possible that it's finally time to give priority to players who are dominating the WNBA now rather than those who were doing so 5 years ago, as well as to raw athleticism and excellent shooting. Let's quickly review the final planned 12-woman roster once more. Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Jackie Young, Kahalia Copper, Dear Kahabi, Paige Bookers, Kelsey Plum, Sonia Citron, Cameron Brink, Angel Rhee, Rakia Jackson, and Kiki Iriafen. This lineup would undoubtedly be far younger than any of the Olympic teams we've seen recently. This signifies a complete overhaul and a calculated decision to create a new core focused on the 2028 Olympics, which will take place in Los Angeles, D.